Today we are going to be looking into who would win a pitch battle, clone troopers or B1 battle droids. Now first we're going to go over the clone troopers as a singular unit. Clone troopers are the main force of the Republican Army. They were created by Kaminoans in secret using Jango Fett's DNA, who was a skilled warrior. They're extremely well trained and learn to fight as a unit from a very young age. Their weapons include the DC-15A, which is one of the most common used by them for ranged attacks. The second most common weapon they used was the DC-15S. It was small and compact for close attacks. They also used thermal detonators, which were grenades, so they were used in close range and close quarters when they needed to break up the enemy. Clone Trooper armor is very similar to Stormtrooper armor. It's strong enough to resist the elements and light fire, however, it is not powerful enough to stop a bullet altogether. It dampens the blaster fire, but doesn't render it completely obsolete. They can still become concussed within it, and they can still die from it. The clone fighting styles frequently depend on their legion and the Jedi leading them, but typically they're a defensive form of fighting. Jedi like Anakin could have an aggressive fighting form, which is why the 501st led so many assaults, as opposed to Obi-Wan's legion, the 212th, often was very defensive, much like Obi-Wan was. Overall, the clones were a formidable force to any opponent, and they used their elite training and weapons knowledge to their advantage, managing to kill many battle droids. However, that's not to say the battle droids didn't have their The B-1 battle droids were the main force of the Separatist army. They were built in numerous factories, but most notably in Geonosis. They were not very intelligent or adaptive during battle, but they had very good aim due to lock-on systems in their circuiting. They were also extremely expendable to the Separatists because they were cheap to make and they could mass produce them easily. The main weapons of the droid force was the E5 blaster, which was an all-purpose assault weapon, as well as thermal detonator. Of course, they did use some different specialized weapons for special droids, such as snipers, but we're not going to mention those here. Same goes for the clone troopers, but this is just a pitch battle between two standard units. The armor that the droids used can potentially take many hits to the body, but 99% of headshots were kills. Now their fighting style was to overwhelm the enemies with their sheer numbers and mass, and they would often attack with laser shields or shield generators and tanks alongside them to bulk them up. They also used B2 battle droids in battle as well, alongside the B1s to bulken them up, but we are just talking about B1 battle droids today. Now, getting on with the battle itself, we have 100 clone troopers versus 100 B1 battle droids, all with the weapons we previously mentioned before. The clone troopers have DC-15As as well as DC-15Ss, which they will have about 50-50 between the troops. And the droids just have E5 blaster rifles. I tried to space them as evenly as possible, and we are going to go ahead and see how this goes. Alright guys, so after coming into the editor here, I have set up our clones and droids, trying to evenly space them out as much as possible. Each one has 100 units, and they are ready to battle. So let's go ahead and get this underway. We'll go ahead and put this on slow-mo just for the beginning. We'll go ahead and press start. Alright, let's see what happens here. Both sides going with the tactic to drop their front lines down onto the ground, and their back line is standing up ready to fire. Now it does look like the droids are retreating a little bit, which is interesting. They obviously don't feel like they got the best of the initial engagement, and they have ceased firing, it looks like, choosing to retreat instead. This does not look good for the droids. Luckily for us, I am going to be running this simulation 9 more times, so we'll have it best out of 10, see who wins the most out of 10, because this could just be a fluke, of course. So we are seeing just a smidge of return fire from the battle droids. Not a ton though, not a lot. And the clones are just all about wiping them out. Not even really, you know, any fighting back. Come on, guys. Alright. This is just straight up sad. Alright, let's go to normal speed now. And yeah, they're just retreating into the woods. Hunkering down. We'll see if the clones decide to chase. This could be the downfall of the clones if they do decide to chase and they get ambushed. right on this ledge. This would be a great spot for some thermal detonator throws. They're just getting distracted by some units up here, it looks like. But now they're actually just heading back to spawn. They lost all interest. And it looks like, yes, a couple droids did pop back out and are trying to fire. But are getting quickly shut down. A couple more over here as well. Just to be killed, though. These guys in the bushes over here, not having a good time. Alright, what's going on over here? Let's see, a couple droids still alive. Not many, though, obviously. Yeah, let's see how many clones have been lost. Not many at all. 3. Looks like 9 about total out of the 100. Only a tenth of their forces, and there's probably only like 2/10 of the droids left, and the clones are hunting them down now. As we can see, these guys in the brush, we can barely even see them. The brush is too thick. Here, they're running even further back now. And there is some firing over here as well. These guys are in a pretty nice position to attack once the clones go up this ridge. Don't know if they're gonna, though, because they're getting very distracted. Alright. Yeah, not a lot happening. They're gonna start heading back to spawn as they are programmed to in this game. But nope, they got distracted again by more droid fire. Looks like one clone, oh, it did go over the ridge. They got another one. It's 10 clones down, it looks like. See if any more actually end up going down. Now the droids are in actually a pretty good position, getting another clone. And it looks like the droids actually do have a nice little ambush on them here. And the clones have to adapt pretty nicely to counter this. And they are getting killed. A good amount of clones are going down now. But I think their sheer numbers should be able to end up taking out the droids overall. Yep, still more droid fire though. This is actually looking pretty good for the droids. You know, they're gonna actually manage to take a couple out. Sorry about the door in the background. I'm actually in my dorm recording this. Alright, still one droid like crawling all the way over here, but the rest are fully engaged in this little battle. A couple of them falling back behind the mountain even further, but more choosing to stay and fight, which is nice to see. Looks like all these guys over here are down. They're just hiding behind this house now. Now would be a time for some good thermal detonator throws. Don't know if they're going to think to do that, though. As we said earlier, droids are not very adaptive to the battle. They mainly just sort of go for it, you know? But obviously there are flaws in this simulation, but it's alright. Yep, looks like more droids going down. Oh, here we go. Some thermal detonators by the clones. Gets tossed away, though. Not going to manage to kill anyone. Couple more clones going down. Not many, though. 1 or 2 here or there. And it looks like the droids are just in full retreat now, knowing they have just not enough numbers to even take on these clones. But they are still managing to get a couple clones killed. I'm kind of surprised by that. I would say now we've got, let's see, maybe 20 clones dead? Yeah, probably around 20. But compared to the droid losses, it's just nothing. Alright. And the rest are just running off, so I think we can chalk this up to a clone victory here, as we get a nice little action shot. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, look at all these clone losses. Initially, they retreat back, managed to actually take out a good amount of clones around this part, and a couple over here too, but overall, droids just getting absolutely crushed. Thank you guys so much for watching this part of the video, and next I will tell you the results of the next 9 simulations. Be right back. Alright guys, so 8 out of the 10 times I ran the simulation, the clone troopers won. 2 of the times the separatists managed to get the upper hand in the initial part of the battle. They even have like slightly better high ground. I didn't think this would actually make much of a difference, especially with blasters and stuff like that, so it didn't matter. And it turns out that they got wiped out either way. So 4 out of every 5 times the clone troopers are going to beat the Separatist Battle Droids. Now, this is a new series I thought I'd be able to do in college. I think it's pretty fun. It requires little filming on my part, so it's easy for me to produce. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy it? It's sort of like Deadliest Warrior if you ever saw that old TV show. If you did enjoy it, tell me down below, and also let me know if you want to see more. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Give me some recommendations on the next one I could do, and I have links to my Discord, my merch shop, all that stuff down below. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace!